This is a story about three trees, their desire for their future. Once upon a time, there were three trees that were talking about what they wanted to become in their lives. The characters in this story were the tall tree, the small tree, and the thick tree. One day the tall tree asked to the small tree, "Hey small tree, what would you like to become in the future?" The small tree replied saying, "My dream has always been to be a beautiful chest where people keep their most precious piece of jewelry." Then the thick tree asked to the tall tree, "What about you, tall tree? What would you like to become in the future?" Then the tall tree answered, "I'd like to become the highest ladder in the world, as high as reach the heaven." "Tell us, what about you?" said the small tree to the thick tree. "Well, I like to become a big and strong ship and withstand storms and carry the most important persons of the world." One day a woodcutter went to the forest to look for good trees to be cut down. The woodcutter saw the small tree and said, "That small tree looks good for what I want to make. I'll cut it." And then the woodcutter cut down the small tree to make a manger for his stable. The two trees were very sad because their friend had been cut down, but they didn't know that later they were going to be cut down too. One day, a little child named Jesus was born in a stable, and there was no place where to put him to bed. But in the stable there was a manger, and they used it as a crib for the baby. The manger was the small tree and said, "Didn't I tell you that I was going to keep the most precious treasure of the world? Look, I have the baby Jesus in me. What else can I ask for?" When Jesus had chosen some of his disciples, he gave command to depart to the other side through the sea. Now when he got into a boat, his disciples followed him. And suddenly a great tempest arose on the sea, so that the boat was covered with the waves, but he was asleep. Then his disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, "Lord, save us, we're perishing." But he said to them, "Why are you fearful, O you of little faith?" Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. And the boat, which was the thick tree, said, "Didn't I tell you that I was going to carry the most important persons of the world and withstand tempest? What else can I wish?" Jesus was betrayed by one of his disciples called Judas, and he was taken to the chief priest and all the council. They sought testimony against Jesus to put him to death, but they found none. Pilate said to them, "What then do you want me to do with him whom you call the King of the Jews?" So they cried out again, "Crucify him!" Then the cross, which was the tall tree, said, "Didn't I tell you that it was going to be a means by which someone could get to heaven?" And Jesus is going directly to heaven right now. Never mind what you think that you are. If you have Jesus in your life, you can be better than what you think that you are. It sounds like a tongue twist, doesn't it? This is value.